If dream clients aren't saying yes as often as they should, it's not always because they aren't ready or don't want your offer. Sometimes something funky is happening in your sales flow process that is making them hesitate, back away, or walk away entirely. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that you should look at in your sales flow process to make sure those sales keep flowing in, plus the common mistake that could be costing you sales. Grab a notebook and let's dive in. First, let me just cover what the 5 things are, and then I'm going to break down each one. The first is your offer. This is how you are currently packaging and selling your expertise. This could be anything from your courses, programs, services, done for you, coaching, consulting, etc. Number 2 is your messaging. This is how you communicate what your offer is, who it's for, and why it matters. Number 3 is your marketing. This would be stuff like your emails, your social media content, your podcast, your YouTube, etc. Whatever you're doing right now to keep your marketing engine going. Number 4 is your sales page. This is where all the details of your offer lives. It explains what your offer is, who it's for, how it works, what's included, and aims to sell people on saying yes. It's home to all the details about your offer. And if you don't have one, we'll get to that. And finally is your buying process. So when someone says, okay, yes, I'm excited to work with you, how do I get started? That's your buying process. So this might be a sales call, an application, click to buy, etc. And so each of these things needs to be working well and working well together so that someone can go from curious follower to paying client. So whether you are making sales or sales do feel a little slow, no matter where you're at, this is going to be such a helpful audit, and is honestly something that every business owner should do every couple months or so, but especially if you're not seeing sales. So let's break down what some of the top mistakes are with each of these sections, why it matters, and how you can fix it so you can start to see the sales flow through. The first thing is your offer. A big mistake I see people make with their offer is not validating demand before they start selling it. I know you might hear me say, we need to build demand for your offer, but the reality is that we're tapping into the demand that's already there. There needs to be an audience of people who are willing and excited to pay for something like what you're selling. Otherwise, the rest of this stuff doesn't matter. Great messaging, a great sales page, none of it can fix a bad offer. So do what you need to do to make sure that there is an excited group of people who are at least interested in paying for your offer. This might involve doing beta rounds or doing market research just to ensure that this is something that people are looking for. And a very expertly designed offer that is unique and exciting and feels fresh and different is going to make the rest of this so much better. So if you look at your offer and think about how you can have unique features or exciting deliverables, that's only going to make the rest of this more compelling. So right now, if you feel like your offer just does what it says on the tin, I would think about ways you can not necessarily add more things to your offer, but change how you are positioning and selling what is included in your offer. And that's a good segue into messaging. Messaging, like I said, is how you position and communicate the value of your offer. Messaging is like the first signal that people catch about who you are, what you do, and how you help. They'll get into the nitty-gritty with your marketing, but if we don't catch them up here with your messaging, the rest of this is going to fall flat. Some mistakes I see people make with their messaging is trying to speak to too many people. I know you're an expert and you can help so many people, but your messaging is going to fall flat if you try to talk to everyone. People want to feel seen, heard, and understood by your messaging to feel like they're in the right place. And so you can only do that if you decide one person to speak to. And there's nuances there, but for the sake of this video, let's focus on this. Another mistake I see people make with their messaging is spending too much time talking about what they do instead of why it matters. For example, if you are a stylist, you don't want to just tell people that you help them declutter their closet. You want to tell them that you help them have an outfit for any occasion. People get excited about having an outfit for any occasion. They don't get excited about the idea of sifting through all their clothes. So another thing with your messaging is using the words, the ideas, the thoughts, the feelings that your audience is currently having and making sure that they end up in your messaging and in your marketing. And when you do that, that's when people are going to feel seen. They're going to feel excited. They're going to feel like you're the expert they've been looking for. Number 3 is your marketing. This is the engine that keeps you top of mind. It builds interest. And the thing is that people won't buy from every email and every social post you put out, but each one will be working towards getting them closer to saying yes. A big mistake I see people make here is that they are over-educating and underselling. You're sharing all these tips and tricks and value, and of course you are because you're an expert and that comes easy for you. But what you need to do instead is sell them on your offer, sell them them on your expertise. So don't just say, here's 3 tips to do X, now go do it. You want to say, here's 3 tips to do X, and that's the first thing we could work on together inside my offer. You want to make sure that you're always positioning your offer as the perfect next step. And overall with marketing, people aren't doing enough of a mix of content, right? So beyond just not educating, we also want to make sure that we're speaking to problems, we're speaking to desires, we're sharing social proof, we're answering questions about our offer, and so on. By having a good strategic mix of selling angles and topics that we're covering, we are going to build that desire faster and get people reaching out sooner. Your sales page. I see so many people who are like, I don't need a sales page. I made 10K without a sales page. That just means you could have made 30K with a sales page. Because right now, if you don't have a sales page, or if your sales page isn't working hard to bring you sales, then your marketing is doing a lot of heavy lifting that it shouldn't have to do. When you have a sales page, that's where people can read one email, go to your sales page, binge all the information they need to know and feel confident and ready to buy. Without a sales page, they need to read 3, 4, 5 emails. They need to wait for you to post about your offer 6, 7, 8 times so that they can gather all the information from your marketing to feel interested in buying. And a lot of people never get there. That's why a sales page is so important. It gives your offer a place to live and gives you breathing room to talk about what it is, how it works, what's included, how amazing it is, and get people fired up and ready to buy. Some mistakes I see with sales pages are sales pages that are confusing, they're redundant, they're missing key information, they lack social proof. There's honestly so much that can go wrong with a sales page. But when you get it right, it is such a sales boost for your offer. And finally is your buying process. Your buying process is from the moment someone decides, like in their heart, to say yes, to reaching out to work with you, what do they need to do? If it's an application form, you want to make sure that your application form qualifies the right people and isn't too cumbersome. I would keep it to 10 questions max and really focus on just the questions you need to make sure that they're a right fit for your offer. If it's a sales call, you want to be really clear about what the sales call is and isn't. And if it's click to buy, you just want to make sure that the links work and that there's not too many pricing options so that people get confused on what they should choose to get started. And with your buying process, you want to make sure that there's not that many clicks between where they are and reaching out to you. If it's Instagram, it should be link in bio, website, application form. If it's booking a sales call from an email, it should be link from the email to the sales call link, right? It should always be like 2 or 3 clicks max to reaching out to work with you. And I'm not saying that we want people to buy on an impulse, but if they feel in their heart in that moment they want to reach out to you, it should be as easy peasy as possible. And when it's not, we are having people think, oh, I'll come back and do this later, and maybe they never do. But hopefully you can see how all of these things matter on their own and they build upon each other. And if any one of these things is weak or missing, that is a gap in your sales flow that is stopping people from buying. And if you want me to take a look at your sales flow, I've got a brand new offer called the Sales Flow Audit that takes a look at each of these areas for one offer in your business. I'll walk you through my sales flow audit and give you sales boosting feedback that you can use to close the gaps that are keeping clients from saying yes. But to start, what I would do is just look at this list and ask yourself, where do you feel really strong and confident? Like, which one of these do you feel the best about? And which one do you feel like probably needs the most work? And start there. Because even closing just 1 or 2 gaps can help you see more sales flow through. All right, that's what I've got for this video. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you got something out of this video. If you have any questions at all about today's video, feel free to drop them in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.